In this case, we are given a pattern due to two slits. Here is the pattern. And we are asked, how would the pattern be different if we submerge everything in water? And we are given choices in terms of the answers. Submersion everything in water is not going to change the slit separation, is not going to change the separation between slits and screen. So L is going to stay the same. That's the separation between slits and screen. Slit separation D is going to stay the same, but the wavelength of the light is going to change, since light travels at different speed in different media. So the new wavelength is going to be given by the wavelength in vacuum or in air over N, the index of refraction of that medium, of that water. So our fringe equation, or the width of the fringe equation, delta y lambda L over D, is going to change into lambda prime L over D. The diffraction pattern also is going to change, because the diffraction pattern also depends on delta, on lambda. So instead of lambda, we'll have lambda prime. Noticing that both delta y for the interference and delta y for the diffraction are proportional to lambda, that tells us that the pattern is going to get squeezed. I'm going to have narrower interference fringes, and the diffraction fringe is going to also move towards the center. It's going to also be narrower, since I'm going to have a smaller lambda. So the pattern would compress. Answer 2. Now, part B, how would the pattern be different if we add a piece of plastic right in front of one of the slits instead of submerging everything in water? Okay? So what, in this case, we place a piece of plastic in the path of one of the beams of the light, not the other one. Now, if we do that, while moving through the plastic, that light is going to have this wavelength, lambda prime, like what we had when we submerged everything in water. So the path difference is going to become different, since for the light that's going to move through the plastic is going to move slower while in the plastic. So because of that, my central maximum is not going to happen at the center anymore. It was happening at the center because at the center both beams traveled the same distance, resulting in a path difference of 0. But the middle space in there, that middle physical position on the screen, both beams are not going to travel the same distance anymore, because one of them has to travel through plastic. So the effect of that then is for the whole pattern to shift sideways. So the answer would be the pattern shifts sideways.